As it's me, it's Queen Osetaru, and thank you for joining me today for another wonderful edition of Ask an Aquarius. If you haven't already, please hit the red subscribe button and smack the bell. So I got a message on Facebook from a woman who is an Aries, and she said that she noticed on my cheater video, one of my cheater videos, that I gave the top 5 cheaters in the zodiac. And she said that she thought it was really strange that 3 of the 5 are fire signs. And she says she's done her fair share of cheating, and she wanted to know, why is it that fire signs cheat? Why is it so common for fire signs to cheat? Now, of course, not all fire signs cheat. You know, we got to give that disclaimer up front, because I know it's going to be fire signs in my inbox saying, not me. I know, not me. I know you're there. We're very aware. But it's common for fire signs to cheat. And I think that this is why. This is my personal opinion. I think that fire signs are known to cheat. And a lot of people cite at least one on their list of 5, and in most cases 2 or 3. And I think this is because fire signs, just like Aquarius, have a problem with impulse control. If you Google impulse control, you will see exactly what I'm talking about. Fire signs and Aquarius and anybody else who has a problem with impulse control have a hard time turning down a situation that looks thrilling or sexy to them, you know? So if you have poor impulse control and you have the means, which basically means that you have someone who's willing, someone who's willing to cheat with you, or someone who doesn't know they're cheating with you. If you have either one of those two things going on, and of course some place to cheat, then a lot of times they have a hard time. Their impulses, their sexual urges, their desires, it might not even be sexual. It could be just a need to be held, It could be that they're going through something in their relationship and they need somebody to be tender with them. So instead of just, dealing with their relationship and waiting till it gets back to a tender space, they impulsively go with the first person that offers them tenderness. So a person who has a problem with impulse control is not able to control themselves. This is all about self-discipline and self-control. Now, mind you, most people in the world don't aspire to become self-disciplined. Some people are born with it, but it's very infrequent. I mean, like, I learned self-discipline through going through priestess training. So it takes a big, emotional, spiritual kind of like program, to get a person to be more self-disciplined and more in self-control. Somebody who goes to boot camp might come back more self-disciplined and more in self-control. But again, look at that, an intense program. Like, most people don't even aspire to it. Some people are born with it. They're born like that, which is cool. But the people that need it the most, the people who have poor impulse control, usually don't seek out ways to be more self-disciplined, ways to be more in self-control. They just keep on allowing their desires and their wants and their thoughts and their emotions to blow them in the wind from person to person, from situation to situation, from place to place, So it's like they never control what's going on inside of themselves, and therefore they never really control their life. You see? So if they're in a relationship with somebody and they see something that looks good to them, they lack the self-discipline to say, hey, I'm in a relationship and I should have integrity and not have sex with other people. That to me, that's just, hello, common sense. But a person with poor impulse control is not going to think that. A person with poor impulse control is going to think, how can I get away with this? How can I have sex with this person? How can I creep with this person for whatever amount of time I want to do it without getting caught, without getting consequences? So that kind of person, they're only thinking about consequences. They're not thinking about why this is something that they shouldn't do. So any astrological sign can be guilty of infidelity. I remember after I did that video, people were inboxing me and they were like, well, my Aquarius cheated, my Scorpio cheated, my Capricorn cheated. I heard that one like 10 times. And they were like, my Taurus cheated. Like, a lot of people hit me up talking about other ones. And I was like, anybody in the zodiac can be guilty of infidelity. That was a list of the top 5 that I've come across. Your top 5 may be different, but I guarantee you, if you do your own top 5, one of your 5 is a fire sign. Guarantee it. Everybody's list I've seen online had at least one fire sign. And I think that's what it is. I think it's just that they're very impulsive. They're also, fire signs have a tendency to be sexy. Fire signs have the tendency to be, kind of showy, like especially like the Leos, and you're looking at them like, ooh, they have like this whole kind of like, this like, look at me, and they're up there and they're, on stage, and you're like, oh, look at the Leo. So fire signs are kind of sexy, and they're kind of provocative in that kind of way. They have this kind of energy to them, this kind of inspiring, motivating, sexual, passionate, intense kind of energy. So a lot of people are turned on by them, and they're drawn to them. And so you got all these people turned on and drawn to you, and you lack impulse control. Never going to be a good thing. So those two things get them in trouble, I believe. I believe that's what it is. I have a Sagittarius moon, and I can definitely see the influence of that fire on me, and not just in my temper, in my intensity, my passion. When I'm passionate about something, I go in, in my sex life. All those things are very fiery, I'm very easily motivated, so those kind of things are fiery things. So when somebody has a lot of fire, it's just something they have to learn how to control, and most of them never aspire to. A fire sign can be just as faithful as anybody else if that's what they really want to do. So that's the reason how come you see fire signs on the list. Aries was number 1 actually on my list, and that's why you see them. If you Google which signs are more likely to cheat, you will find papers, you will find videos, you will find a lot of information about it, which is all the information that I looked through, and I was like, wow, these fire signs is on all these lists. So you'll see that, you see different people have different opinions about different ones, but you always see the fire signs. I've never seen a list without them, ever. So my thing is that that's all I think it's about. I think that they're just gorgeous, and they have poor impulse control. There's something sexy about them. My favorite crush is Obama, my favorite celebrity crush, and Obama is a Leo, and it's just like, when I'm like, whoo, he's sexy, and I'm not even a person who dates males, but I can look at them and be like, sexy guy, and I can look at Obama and be like, wow. And it's not like I'm physically drawn to him. What I'm drawn to is his energy. That's that fire energy, and a lot of people are drawn to that fire energy in Leos and Aries and Sagittarius, and that's how I think these things occur. I think that they have the lack of ability to turn it down when it happens. And when you don't have integrity, that's what's going to happen. So I guess the fire signs that do have integrity must find some kind of way to do that. So if you're a fire sign and you don't cheat and you have integrity, tell us how in the comment section. Tell us how you developed that self-discipline, that self-control. Was it a problem for you, or were you just born with it? Because again, there could be things in your chart. There could be lots of placements in your chart that make you a loyal person, a person who doesn't believe in that kind of thing. That comes up as well. Some Leos, the ones that don't cheat, have that loyalty button, and because they're that loyal, they don't do that kind of thing. So tell me, if you're a fire sign and you don't cheat, how are you able to accomplish that? Is that something that's a problem for you, or is it something that has come with ease over time? Okay, so to the people that ask me about why fire signs cheat, especially to the woman I was talking to, the Aries, this is why. This is why it happens. So all a person has to do is be self-disciplined and develop self-control through priestess training, spiritual awakening, some kind of like boot camp type thing, anything that teaches you to have a strong mind And anything that teaches you to live with integrity will keep you from doing things like that, if that's what you truly want in your heart. So let me know what you guys think. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you know someone who's going through a situation with a fire sign, please pass on this video to them. If you know a fire sign that's going through this, please pass this video on to them. Likewise, if you would like to leave me a love donation, I'll leave my PayPal underneath the video. If you would like to get an appointment for a tarot or oracle card reading, I'll leave my email. And if you would like to ask a free general question, you can email it to me too. Or you can hit me up on Facebook, on Instagram. I'll leave those underneath here. And you can also leave it in the comment section underneath this video. I read them every day. Periodically throughout the day, I read the comments and respond to them. Okay? Thank you guys. See you later.